Hi, and
Black coffee,
welcome
thanks.
to the,
No sugar.
I guess
Sweet
the
enough as it is.
denouement of this Let's Play of her story.
Salmon is 6 foot, darkish
This
blonde
is
hair,
really
build,
supposed to
just clean
just be
shaven.
me talking
Obviously,
about
it
the
goes
game
close to
as I
so it
played it.
shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair.
I didn't especially
I
like
bought
this
a
game.
photo.
It was something
This
I
is a
thought I
great
was going to
photo.
really like. It's like,
This was taken last year on holiday in Rome.
I don't know, I
Close to
was
that.
kind of maybe expecting something of a Gone Home vibe to this in
He
a
has a
way.
wallet
I
and a
loved that
huge
game, Gone
seal
Home.
thing. Leather,
It was
real leather.
interesting because you didn't ever
He
quite
packs
know
it
what
full
was
of
happening
stuff.
as you were going
Business
through,
cards,
but
receipts, lottery tickets.
I just
He always
don't
carries it in
think
his
this
back
game
pocket.
pulled
I
that
think that's why
off.
he's got a bad back.
I
It's
don't think it's
interesting.
shit by any
I
means.
haven't
I just
seen
don't
it,
think
so
it's a
he
particularly good
must have it on.
game. And
He always takes it out of his back pocket.
is it a
Or
better experience
when
than
he
it is a
carries it
game? Well, that
in his
just
pocket.
starts walking, treading dangerously towards the area of
Simon
what actually is a
isn't the
game. You get
type
people
to
talking
run
shit
off
about games like Dear
or do
Esther
anything
and
crazy.
Proteus or
Someone must have done something
those
to him,
walking
there
simulators or
must have been
whatever you
some
want to
kind of
call them.
accident.
Fuck those games. No interest in playing it.
So what do we do?
Even though Gone Home technically is a walking simulator,
Okay,
it had
I'll try my best to
plot
remember.
and concept, and it's a little bit sneaky.
No, he was as shy as me.
I liked it.
Well, asked a friend to ask him out for me.
So,
We had our first date at the Odeon in
hmm.
North End. We went to see Risky Business. I had on my one best dress. Simon paid. He bought me a whisper, and I was worried about
So,
getting chocolate on my
I
teeth.
think okay. So let's run down the problems
So
I
we
had
got in the
with this.
car, and I drove.
Okay, the plot doesn't actually
I just
have a
kept driving
conclusive
north.
answer,
Just
but I
kept
don't
going,
think
just wanted
that's
to get as far away as I could.
it kind of feels a little
When I finally stopped,
unsatisfying to
I
get
was
to
all the
that
way up
point.
in Glasgow.
But on the
It
other
was
hand,
so...
does it really need to have a conclusive answer?
just had
To
to
keep
sleep.
me wondering about this, I finish playing the game, I go to bed, and I lie there,
Sorry.
not able to sleep, just
The
thinking
picture,
about this,
the way it's drawn, just
going through it,
reminded
just
me
like
of
wondering
books we used to read
what
as
really
children.
happened.
I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was
So
my
I don't
favourite.
think the
My brain
lack
just
of a
bullet. These
conclusion
in colour.
is a bad thing,
I didn't.
but
I slept
the
in the
plot
car.
itself is
I left about 9 that night.
soap opera-ish.
And it wasn't there.
It's best way I could put it, I guess. It's just not very
And
good.
I dust every week,
The
maybe less.
evil twin,
I once asked Eleanor
the
how often I should
twins,
dust, and
and
she
one of
said,
them maybe being the
"People
evil
ask,
twin
tell them to do
trope,
it once a week.
doing the bad
Every
things,
2 weeks is okay."
and
I
feeling
think she
like
was just
they
trying to
were
make me feel
stealing
better.
everything from the other
When I
one.
was there, she was hoovering
It
every
was
day. We ran
incredibly
an ordered house. You
cliche,
know how that generation is, putting
overdone.
in front.
Um,
Hmm. She has secret
it
stashes of
didn't
cigarettes.
really grab me,
Dad doesn't even know she
the
smokes.
plot. Even
When
though
I
it's
was
like,
there, I saw her.
go, keep going back to it.
She
I
has
think it
these
will
sort
keep
of
coming back to
porcelain
it. Gone Home.
vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest
The
books.
plot of that game
Cigarettes
wasn't
inside. And she still has them.
particularly
And last time I was there,
amazingly
I looked in the
original.
vase.
I mean, the actual
It was a
plot
fresh
that
pack.
you've realised what the story was at the end of the
In
game.
all those years
But
of marriage,
there are lots of little
and she
mini
still has a
mysteries
secret like that.
in that game that tied together. And I think that worked
Still
really
believe?
well.
No.
Whereas
He
in
normally
her
sorts
story,
them
there's
properly.
only one
This
mystery
mirror,
and it
it's
doesn't
supposed to
tie
be
together
antique. The reflection
in a
isn't as good.
way that feels good.
It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to pick up the wrong.
You could finish Gone Home and not have found everything. You finish her story, you have found everything, and it still
You
doesn't
go to the pub. You had
feel
his
like
drinking buddies
you've
there, but no
really
one ever
found
came back to the
anything
house.
conclusive. It doesn't really feel like you've achieved
Sometimes
anything
Eric,
by
his
completing
boss,
this
and his
game.
wife would come over for dinner without
And
guests returning favour.
a game without a completion state
Diana's a
is,
really good cook.
well, what's the
Into
point?
her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef,
Other than the little niggles all over the place, like, I don't think
Lloyd Grossman bet, commenting from the
the
sidelines.
nature of the game is you're playing through the database
I
system.
had to find fennel from the
Is
supermarket.
you're approaching that and you're just kind of poking at things, and it's more kind of wrestling with the database system than actually investigating. And that was the thing. I guess maybe it's a preconception on my part that I was going to be investigating in this game, and there really wasn't very much of that. There's hardly any.
You asked that question yesterday.
I don't know. I didn't feel like there were many aha moments, eureka moments. Where I thought, holy shit! It's like there were a couple, like right at the beginning, right at the end of the first episode, when I worked out there was a sister involved in this. That was pretty good. And then something like the not code was a complete failure. It's like, okay, I looked that up. I was pretty interested to look it up, and it was crap. It just didn't really go anywhere. I mean, you had the two things, and I mean, okay, you had the thing where she said bye, Hannah, which was a little interesting because it makes you think that that was Eve at that point. But the truth is, I don't think I really care all that much. Was it? I'm pretty sure there were two different people being interviewed throughout the game. That there were two actual people. The tattoo is not always. Sometimes the left arm is bare, and you can see the tattoo is not there. The bruise disappearing. Yes, I believe there were two people. And where Hannah disappears to towards the end of the game, don't know. Don't care. This story didn't emotionally capture me. Even back to Gone Home again. Even though it's actually a story about two teenage lesbians. It's like, well, what do I know about being a teenage lesbian? I'm a dude in my 30s who's heterosexual. I don't know shit about that. Yet that story captured me. Because, I had other little sub-stories, like the guy who's sexually molested by his great-uncle. As a struggling writer, okay, I feel a little towards that a bit. As a very frustrated writer. Not a very good one, but frustrated nonetheless.
My mother called me Eve.
So I kind of get some of that. It's just Gone Home captured me. I felt attracted to that story. Her story just doesn't capture me in the slightest. It's... I don't know. Maybe part of this is...
We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale.
Maybe part of this is Viva Seifert's performance. Played Hannah and Eve, and...
Shiny plates. At the front of the book,
I don't think it's an especially good performance. Throughout this, we've had video clips playing in the background. Well, not in the background, off to the that way. And just random clips coming out through a video play. And I don't think she was especially good at actress, but on the other hand, she's also, not an actress. She was a rhythmic gymnast for England and Great Britain. Competed in the Commonwealth Games back in 1990. Represented Great Britain in the Olympics in 92. Played keyboard and drums in two bands with her brother. Released 4 albums between those two bands.
And the Simon with her.
But there's no history of her as an actress. This is like the one acting job she's ever done. I don't think she's terrible.
Like I said before, it was.
But she could probably also be a lot better.
I walked in.
That kind of disconnect.
Saw Simon.
Even though that should tie into it. I mean, every police interview is a performance by the person being interviewed and the person interviewing.
There was a lot of blood.
overall, I just don't think the game really works. I think it's an
That's it.
interesting experiment, and I do think, considering a lot of other people have felt differently about this game,
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now.
that this is just my perspective.
You have no murder weapon. You have nothing.
I can't say I wouldn't recommend this
And all
game
these
to other
stories
people,
we've been telling each other.
but I would always give it
Just
put a caveat on it that
stories.
it didn't work for me, and it won't work for everyone. The last video clip I had queued up is just ended, just in time because I think I'm about wrapping this up. Her story just didn't work for me. I don't think it's terrible, but I think it could have been a lot better. There's a sequel being worked on apparently, and I'll buy that sequel just because I think her story had a good idea to it. I just don't think it was executed well enough, and I'm more than willing to give the sequel a chance to correct the issues I had with the first game. And just the concept of it is still something that excites me. You know, the kind of thing I want to play. I wanted to play this game through with my mother, just sit the two of us working it through, puzzling it out. And I don't think there's actually enough of a real puzzle here. This wasn't a logic problem. This wasn't a real detective case. I mean, where's all the police evidence, the autopsy reports, the reports back on the alibi in Glasgow? None of this really added up.
A black coffee, thanks. No sugar. Sweet enough as it is. Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven.
Just didn't work for me.
So
That's all there is to it.
I mean, not that there's anything wrong
But
with
apparently
ginger
worked
hair.
for a lot of other people.
And border photo. Instead of spring photo.
That's pretty much it. So,
This was taken last year on holiday in Rome.
goodbye for now.
It's the best one I have.
Probably see me back on another series of Let's Plays for
He has a wallet.
Vagrant Story on the
Huge
PlayStation
seal
1.
thing, leather.
Yeah,
real leather.
I'm a bit all over the place for this actually. Oh well.
Has it full of
Goodbye.
stuff.